Good morning, students. In the previous video, we discussed the Indian economy during pre-British period. Now let us look at the concept of Indian economy during British period, that is from 1757 to 1947. The four aspects during British period are highlighted. The first related to in terms of Indian economy. The first one is Indian economy and agriculture during British period. The second point, Indian economy and industry. The third point, Indian economy, transportation and communication. The fourth point, Indian economy and foreign trade. These 4 points are well considered during British period in terms of Indian economy. So the first point here, Indian economy and agriculture during British period. The Indian agriculture remained same and completely traditional and primitive during British period, that is from 1757 to 1947. The farm technology was simple and primitive. Fragmentation of agricultural land, uneconomic holding and unproductive agriculture products, and famines, poor irrigation facilities deteriorated agricultural sector during British period. Till 19th century, only few crops during British period, rice, wheat, jawar and barley. Later on, some of the commercial crops were added. There were oil seeds, jute, cotton, indigo, and some spices, etc., fruits. The commercialization of agriculture towards the end of the 18th century took place. The East India Company during British period exported some of the potentialities of Indian agricultural commodities like spices, indigo, cinnamon, jute, cotton, oil seeds because of industrial revolution that took place in 1837 in England. The development of roads, development of transportation system boosted communication system, boosted the commercialization process of agriculture during British period. There was increase of production in cash crops. There were commercial crops because of improvement in transportation and communication system, and there were widening of markets. The markets were widened because of increase of communication and transportation system, and there was introducing of new crops like groundnut, potato, fruits during British period, and the disappearance of villages of self-sufficiency during British period. In pre-British period, we can find self-sufficient village economy or self-sufficient villages during pre-British period, but during British period, completely the self-sufficient villages were disappeared. So this is the information related to the agriculture sector during British period. The second point here, Indian economy and industry during British period. The process of industrialization in India during British period must be traced back to 1750 onwards. The Indian artisans like textiles, cotton, saris, woolen metals, woolen articles, and metal industry and stone carving industry, and export of agricultural commodities, spices, tea and coffee seeds. All these resulted in the growth of Indian economy in terms of Indian economy and industries. The Indian economy and transportation and communication. Development of transportation and communication has been considered quite significant from strategic, administrative, economic, political, cultural and social point of view during British period. The road transportation system was the major significant change during British period. Andrew, a scholar, who said, when England became dominant in India, probably there never was a country with people so rich and intelligent in which the roads are few and travel too difficult. Till 1936, the East India Company did not pay much attention towards construction of roads and transportation. The reason is shortage of funds and organizational loopholes, inefficient and inadequate and insufficient transportation and communication system, in most of the villages led to village isolation and local village that led to local economy. The government of India appointed Road Development Committee in 1827. The committee suggested that the trunk roads be maintained by the central government and the remaining roads be maintained by the provincial government, that is local governments. The second transportation system is railway development in India. In 1832, the first proposal for railway construction in India was made. In 1844 to 45, a number of surveys were carried out. In 1849, the East India Company entered in contract for construction of railways in India. In 1853, the first railway line Bombay to Thane was opened. Subsequently, the railway line to Howrah to Pandwa, Howrah to Raniganj also were opened. Construction of railways in India had resulted important consequences on economic, social and political conditions of the country. The water transportation, another important significant factor in terms of transportation. Water transportation could be divided into two categories: inland waterways and outland and oceanic waterways. Inland waterways, especially the most of the rivers in India like Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, were navigable for hundreds and hundreds of miles in the north part of India, but whereas in South India, the rivers in South India did not have that much of navigability. And Ganga river, being the most central point of commerce, used to carry passengers from one place to another place, and there were certain restrictions imposed on these inland waterways during British period. The Industrial Commission in 1916, the National Planning Commission in 1938 had suggested side-by-side waterways during British period. The oceanic waterways, considering the extensive seaboard and geographical location of India, could desire to become the principal carrier of world trade. It has been estimated that the beginning of World War II, the share of India in the coastal border was around 40% and in oceanic trade. The British Indian Steam Navigation Company and some other British companies dominated the coastal areas and overseas trade of India during British period. The air transportation, another method. After the First World War, the air transportation services started in India to a limited range. In 1932, the first airline service started to function again in 1939. The three Indian companies were organized to operate regular services, air services in the country. In 1948, the Air India International, a government cum private sector, is a joint sector, was the first set up. In 1949, 12 air companies were operating inland air services during British period. The postal telecommunication system was also established, and it continued services, and personal carriers and horses and foods were adopted during the Mughal or pre-Mughal period. In 1853, the system of electronic telegraph was established for about 800 miles. In 1855, it was increased to 4,000 miles. Number of telegraph offices were increased in 1951, and the telephonic facilities and telegraph facilities were also extended, and 0.2% of population was able to access these facilities during British period. And Indian economy and foreign trade. At the beginning of the 18th century, exports from India were mostly consisting of cotton, silk manufacturers, indigo, spices, sugar, and its imports like gold, silver, woolen goods. And especially the foreign trade was very much influenced by industrial revolution, colonial pattern, fundamental exchange of goods, imports and exports, introduction and development of railways during British period, development of roads and transportation system, development of steams and ships, and development of postal borders, construction of ports and postal authorities, telegraphic system, opening of Suez Canal in 1916, and all these led to the growth of foreign trade during British period. Thank you.